When was the last time you went a full day without your phone? For me, it was a couple months ago. My wife and I, on a day off, we decided that we were going to put our phones away for the day. So we put them in a box and we said, we're not touching these again until later in the evening. And let me tell y'all, it was so hard. I had that feeling of like a phantom buzz sensation. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it feels like when you're getting a notification on your phone, but you know your phone's not actually there. And realizing that feeling and realizing I couldn't just reach into my pocket to grab my phone to entertain me, I started to recognize how horribly distracted I've become. And maybe you relate to that. Maybe you know the feeling of all those notifications, the phone calls, the texts, the social media posts, the calendar reminders, so many things causing noise in your life that the moment that those things are removed, the silence feels unbearable. And if we're honest, we feel like it's so hard to connect with God because of that noise, that it's hard to turn down the volume in our lives to hear his voice. And what does the Bible say about that? The Bible actually has some great wisdom on that, and especially in Psalms 46, it says, "Be still and know that I am God." And maybe you've felt this before, but sometimes it feels like God can be silent to us, that we're seeking his direction and guidance, but it feels like he's not answering us. He's not giving us direction. And almost all the times I've felt that in my life, in my walk with God, at some point or another, I have to answer the question, am I giving God enough time to speak? Or am I moving too quickly to the next thing? Because when we're facing this noise and distraction every day, it's so hard for us to connect with God and hear his voice. But if we sit still in silence and soak in the presence of God and invite him to speak to us, we start to know and hear God, to know his love, his presence, and his power. So that's why I invite you to try to sit in silence, invite Jesus into that, and see the ways that he speaks to you.